I'm confident that come after next week, I will have a better sense of where we are in terms of the money that we're going to allocate per child, and I can put a waiver into the state requesting that any unused money be given back, so I can put that in the title again. And what we've done historically here with title is apply that money to salaries. So I could take some of that 30,000. Right now, again, my best guess is somewhere probably around 20,000. Again, I really won't know until next Thursday when we see how many kids want this service. But again, that's 20,000 that I'd like to be able to walk out of here knowing that I've been able to, because all the paperwork's been done properly, that I can put that 20,000 back into salaries to offset other budgetary costs, or to help, quite honestly, build up the reserve fund again. I don't know how that's going to look for this other district that hasn't even had their first fair.
Right.
The gentleman was very clear when we did our webinar, the one who presented, and again, Mandy heard me through the door, when he said, he's the one who's going to decide, and if you don't show that you've done everything you need to do, he's not about to release the money. To me, so yes, will BOCES do that? Yes, but again, we also have to remember that BOCES on that end of title is stretched extremely thin at this point. The people that are there are truly fabulous. I enjoy working with them on the title. But again, I just know that they're stretched very, very thin.
Four applicants.
Four applicants for the interim. There was a range of skills and abilities in this form. Obviously, I'm not going to give you their names. There was one that had never been a principal at all. They were currently taking classes, so obviously that was going to be very difficult for you to hear. One I just got today that had been faxed by the second. This person actually has been an elementary principal as well as a CSE chair. One of the other ones currently was at a college for the last 5 years at the college level in administration. Prior to that had been a reading instructor. Prior to that had been an elementary principal from 85 to 2000, but a lot has changed since 2000. And that's one of the things I think we need to make sure we check into. And the other person is currently subbing. They had retired from a superintendent's role and had been a K-12 principal athletic director for, and this doesn't make sense to me, but it says July 2003 to December 2004. So it's a very limited time. But when I tried to look through some of it, it was kind of odd how it's written. So I guess I need to know if we want to form a committee to look at these four and consider an interim, because if so, then we should probably hop on that committee as soon as possible. Ron is done March 3rd.
I'd be happy to do it.
Would you be on that, Ron would be on that committee too to help us?
Probably not.
Do whatever the board.
Unless you want it to
decides,
be.
But that would be unusual. But I don't know.
Might not be a bad idea.
I think with all that's going on, I would want to know that you would be able
Look
to
them over.
look at somebody and say, are they going to be able to continue on where you left
Or
them?
are they up at speed on all the new things we just talked about? That's more than what we, if they aren't up on changes coming down the road, we're going to be behind the ball.
No, like I said, I don't mind doing it, just, it's unusual to have the person who's being replaced to sit on that, so, but I don't mind doing it if that's
Well, I
the
think,
desire.
I think it's because we trust
Putting you
you.
on the spot, I mean, I would think.
But usually when we're hiring a math teacher, we have a math teacher on that committee. And
It's
I
not
know
the
they're-
outgoing.
But not
Right,
the outgoing.
right, that's true.
I guess it's just we feel we trust your judgment. If
Well,
you looked
there's
at the
somebody here.
applications, you would,
There's somebody here that can,
yeah.
they can assess those skills.
So do I have two board members and one to be on the interim?
one.
Whatever.
Will you folks tell me, because I'm not thinking one over the other. Rick had his hand up first, you two need to,
Yeah,
Let us know.
if you two are interested, I can read the policy book.
so Rick and Lynn, I will contact you ASAP.
Going back to that, with BOCES doing the title, it is a huge relief, I think, from all the personnel standpoint of within the district, if that is outsourced to BOCES, quite frankly, because it's one of those things that keeps me up at night thinking, okay, when am I gonna get this application done, how am I gonna have all the paperwork? And there's usually an audit in the summer for that. So again, if that, and I was lucky, mine got a minimal audit where Sue's got really looked at this past summer, so I was very happy about that. But again, I understand, knowing where BOCES is in terms of how much quality they put into it, the product at the end is always good. From all the districts I've talked to, there's never been a problem with that. So again, everything works out very well at the end, and again, she certainly has the great knowledge base. I'm on the phone with her at least once a week going through this stuff, so you can't go wrong really with that. And again, if you're looking at changing this position, that would probably be a definite, I would think, working with BOCES on the title programs.
We do that, is there additional cost to the district for that service?
Again, it's my understanding that with a comprehensive title, that they are currently doing all of this, not just the regular title, but also, again, it's my understanding that all the schools that are in the comprehensive program right now are getting her services for this SQR and the SEP. That was my
We'll check
understanding.
on it. Carol thinks you're correct as well. I just know when I did my initial bid sheet, that was an additional $5,000. But the reason could have been because we didn't go to
Right.
full.
Right.
Because I
Which
know,
I'd have to look at, you know what I mean? Because
I
we had
was-
only looked at a partial person initially, so that could be full 1889.
even before we were officially hired,
Yeah.
some of this, I was talking with her quite a bit, and I kept getting, you don't have my full service.
Right.
But she gave me information anyway, so.
So with everything else then that we've thrown at you tonight, I don't know, do we want to have our budget committee get together again? What direction do you want us to go? 'Cause at this point, this is the newest of drafts. Do you folks, what do you want us to do with it? Do we want to, and we are going to, Randy's going to get back to me with someone possibly.
I can get a name, see if we can do something, take a look at that, so.
But as we know, the time will tick down very quickly.
Well, if the budget committee did get back together, what would you anticipate you would like to see come out of the meeting?
That's why I'm looking for direction from you
Right.
folks.
I'm not sure what more you want us to.
I don't know that either, but people might have specific areas, you know, that they're thinking of. I know when Carolyn went through them and got down to 142, there's some easy things obviously for us to change, and there were other things we're able to look at as prices change. Tomorrow I'm meeting with the BOCES person to go over the full BOCES bid sheet that I do, and then Carol and I will meet on it Thursday. So we will know all of our costs from BOCES a couple weeks. What did you say? Oh, you'll be able to calculate that? Oh, okay. By Thursday, you'll know all of our BOCES calculated costs.
So do we want to meet the following week and go over it before the board meeting?
What's our deadline to put a budget out to the, what was it? Was it the end of the month?
You have to, yeah, are you asking me when the date you have to adopt it?
Or,
It's April 20th.
so
So if we don't do something in the next March meeting, we're looking at first meeting of April.
right, so we wanna have a revised, or if we're gonna revise it, a review before the meeting, so we can adapt it or
Yes.
vote to adapt it or whatever at that point.
Or if there's anything that anybody saw on here, you know, like, wow, I still think we should still do that, or we should, you know. One of the things to consider too, if the proposal does not go through for the van, we might want to have an alternate line in our budget that allows us to get a driver's ed card. Because if the van gets voted down, we don't have a driver's ed card here. So I don't know if that's a line we can put in as contingent somehow?
Just put it in there.
Well, I'm asking, is that, and then if we get the van voted, then we can take that back out? Okay. So. I don't wanna get stuck without a driver's ed car, because we don't end up getting the van.
Have we put in for the driver ed instructor?
Carol, that was in the summer school fees and those things, right? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's under for, yeah.
Yep, with the summer van,
Yes.
okay.
So I'm not hearing anything, so what I'm taking from this
I think
is
the committee's the budget committee.
have the budget committee
Yeah.
together.
After you guys finish out the BOCES, bids.
So why don't we then, if people want to do it that night of the 14th, which is the forum?
Oh, all right.
Wednesday night.
Right.
I don't want to speak for the budget committee, because obviously it's more work for them, but I think this makes sense. Contingency revisit it, time, what you want.
7 o'clock?
It's the same committee that met last time.
I think we actually met earlier, but I'd like to at least get into the initial, so getting people in groups and switching over, and then that works, because that's, the forum starts at 6:30. So that's, so Randy and Chris, you decide who's gonna go?
You can have this one.
Well, I was gonna say, if you started it, you want to finish it, doesn't matter to me, I
I
can
think
go.
I've got the negotiating committee coming up, right?
Yes, you do, either the 21st or the 28th.
Yeah, so I better stick to them.
Okay, so on the budget committee, we'll meet on 3/14 at 7 in
Okay.
my office.
If there's any other board member, who has an issue with anything that would like the committee to discuss, why don't you send an email through, and we can, look through those when we're meeting, and, see if, it's something we wanna work on.
It's in your office.
Yes. And then, like we said, Carol and I will go through and do the BOCES, and then we'll know pretty much definite of those prices, and we'll be able to put it back in here. That's just one of my concerns at this point, how much that might fluctuate, shortfall or not.
Do we have anything else? Okay, can I have a motion to enter executive session for medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person, corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation?